Okay, day one.
Day one. Welcome to the journey of building Solland. We are gonna go in depth with everything of why we are documenting everything, who we are as two people, what the goals are of this brand, and like the founder story and everything. So first of all, let's start with Selmer right here. He's gonna tell you guys a little bit about himself.
So my name is James Solland, more commonly known as James.
Yeah.
I'm 21. I grew up here in the suburbs outside of Oslo, not that far from him, I guess.
Yeah, not that far.
So now we are in my garage and we're filming our first video for you guys.
And like, what is your passions and stuff?
Yeah, so I play soccer. I like fashion, like buying clothes. I eat a lot. I do cars also, as you can see by here. Yeah. I think about that. I did some modeling. That's an important part coming in later, but that's about it. Yeah.
And yeah, as you probably know, for those who have been subscribed, my name is Shaho. I'm 22. I was born and raised in Oslo up till I was 15, 16. And I grew up in a kind of a rougher climate, you could call it, where you have to learn to man up pretty early. Like my passions have always been, football, cars. I think those two are my pretty much my biggest passions ever.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about like how and why we are making this collab and making a brand together. So it's kind of important because we are, as you heard, different. So it's about two different kind of streets and streetwear and cultures collabing and making something new.
So as he said, like we're trying to actually build something that hasn't been built before. Of course, fashion is technically a recreation of everything. Like they're trying to just build on everything that's already been. But we want to really combine the two worlds that we've been living in, that the cultures we have experienced. Because he has background half Thai, half Norwegian. My background is full Kurdish, and I've grown up here. So we have a lot of diversity when it comes to culture.
Yeah.
And
so what's inspired you with clothes?
So technically, what inspired me with the clothes are when I was younger, when I was in Ellingsrud in Oslo, we wore a lot of tracksuits, sneakers, Air Maxes, not a lot of Air Forces, surprisingly. Jerseys. But what more do we wear? Like the older guys wore a lot of expensive designer. So I've always kind of had that. I want to kind of be loud when it comes to expressing myself, opposed to this guy. What inspired you is kind of different, isn't it?
Yeah, so I kind of grew up like in my dad's closet. Yeah. Sounds a little bit weird, but so I always like borrowed his stuff, and like his dad, like my grandfather, also wore a lot of, I would say, rather quiet luxury, more tailored things, more baggy. It wasn't about like the brands. You kind of saw it and felt like the quality and material was different.
Yeah.
So it was more about like quiet fashion, I would say.
Yeah, like 100%. Like when I saw him for the first time, I was wondering like, who the fuck is this guy? Like he looks like he's 25 when he's like 15, because the way he was dressing, it was very mature for his age. Compared to me, who was like, going for the trends, what was trending in the streets, that's what I'm wearing. And yeah.
Why did we hit record today? So first of all, we're like in my garage now. So as you can see, some inspiration is the car behind me. So this video is, as of today, it's like, this is where we started, like our office, it's in my garage. So we'll see in the future what becomes of it.
The main reasons that we wanted to record this is, first of all, the transparency. We've seen that, fashion has a lot of gatekeeping. Himself has been in the fashion industry, and he has experienced firsthand how the gatekeeping works.
Yeah, so I was doing some modeling for a little bit of time, and when we do like photo shoots and different things, there are a lot of different things about how clothes fits and how you like could cheat it by using like duct tape, and it's a lot of things, and often different material than was stated, maybe.
Yeah. So like as he said, the thing is the transparency is not good enough. So I think there's only one brand that I have ever seen that is actually documenting. They haven't really documented from the start like we are gonna do, but they are documenting, so kudos to them, and that's a new project. But like we want to document the whole thing to remember like how far we have come. Like as you said,
Absolutely.
we're in this garage right now. We have a nice car behind us, which is pretty nice. But you know, in the future, we want to look back at it. Like you will probably get caught up in all the work, and you would think, oh, it's not good enough. But that's why we're actually recording these videos to see that okay, we started at here, now we're here. Like it's a big difference.
Yeah, and we bring you along the journey. You know?
Yeah, that's also one of the things we want to bring you guys along the journey. We believe that inspiring other people is kind of a good purpose to have.
Yeah.
Building a community around all this is also really nice. We want to, as long as we inspire one person, we have technically done our job. It doesn't matter if that's the only person we inspire. At least we've done our thing. We don't really need to do more. But if we eventually inspire more people, great. I don't think we can complain about inspiring more people, can we?
No.
So, what is Solland? So, Solland is this guy's last name.
Yeah, so we can start with the name, not my name, but the brand name. So, because we were thinking about starting something else. Like this is like our third business idea, but the Solland name came from the idea of I'm half Thai, so we're thinking about opening something in Thailand. But we didn't find a name that was quite easily to say internationally. But we landed on Solland.
His mom is Thai, so when she said Solland and she could actually pronounce it and say it, then we thought, okay, then we have a name that people can pronounce.
I think it's gonna age well also.
Yeah, I think it's gonna also age well. I think it's a name that hasn't really been used before. No, I don't think so.
I don't think so
like
either.
if it has, I don't have any recollection of it being ever used. And the thing is, the business ideas we started with the agency. We were building websites and stuff, and after that we wanted to start a cafe, hence where the Solland name came from. And we noticed that to actually create that cafe, we need a much bigger budget, which we don't have at this age.
No, not yet.
But as soon as we do have the budget, we're definitely opening a cafe. There's no doubt about it. And that's how the name came, at least. And like, what do you think? Like Solland is going to be like a contrast of our world, right?
So I think it's like to represent like a few things mixing together. So it will be us culturally and like our different ideas, but also as he said that we're opening other things maybe later. So I think it's going to be more than just a brand. It's going to be a lifestyle brand and a like combination of many things, and eventually to build a community underneath the name.
That's the goal at the end of the day, building a community. Our fashion ideas from Scandinavian designs all the way to European, streetwear, and hopefully we can bridge that gap of our worlds and build something that's kind of unique and hasn't been done before.
So Solland is going to be a brand that kind of represent like multicultural and like many ideas coming together, and that any people can join and also have something to say. I would say.
Yeah, and like being expressive is probably our. We want people to be expressive as possible. Like not shy away from who they actually are. If you are someone from the, we can call it ghetto, okay, then you're someone from the ghetto, but express it. And if you're someone that's from the the suburbs, calmer areas, okay, don't be shy from it. Express that also. Be proud of who you are.
Okay, so we're gonna talk about like how we started out.
Yeah.
So when I was 14, I moved to a little place called. So when I was 14, I moved from a place called Blistalia. And then I moved to a small place called Smestad. When at the transition, I started at a different club. I started at a small club called Rallingen, which is where I met him.
Yeah, so me, I moved probably when I was 14, 15. I don't even remember. But I also started playing for that club 1 year before.
Yeah.
And when he came, first it started like we were kind of distant. We were not exactly as close as now. Yeah, but we started playing, as we kind of started in the starting 11 together and played together, our kind of bond started to grow stronger and stronger. And, it started from, being at the pitch together, training.
And we kind of complements in each other in different ways,
Yeah.
Even though we're quite different.
Yeah, we're pretty different. And it started with games, and then after that I went to late night hangouts. We started driving around a lot. Going on little trips, and we just started, talking a lot. But then I moved out to the United States for 2 years, where I kind of became a bit distant. And when I came back, I told him we have to start something at least. If I'm gonna start something, it has to be with you. and he agreed on the same idea. Even though he has a little bit of school, he doesn't. He's not exactly in full motion, but as soon as he's done with that, he's in full motion, hopefully. And yeah, so I think that's technically how we met, and
that's how it started, I guess. Yeah. So,
that sums up the whole idea of Solland, who we are, what our inspiration are, and also videos coming in the future.
Yeah, so we're planning a trip to Spain, to my cabin.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do a little bit about that. It's also gonna be a big inspirational part on like how we're gonna make some clothing in the future, and you can see kind of the mood board we're making maybe.
Yeah, maybe we're gonna peek you guys can peek a little bit, you know. But no, we're gonna actually show you guys everything. It's gonna be as transparent as possible. The mood boards we're creating, and yeah, the next video is gonna be pretty nice.
Yeah, so
it's gonna
stay tuned for that.
Yeah, bring some popcorn. It's gonna be kind of long. Yeah, it's gonna be like span of 4 days recording. I don't even know if I have enough storage, but we're gonna see about that.
We'll find it out.
We'll find out. Fuck around and find out. Yeah, but yeah, yeah. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys got a better understanding of what this is about, what we're trying to achieve, and hopefully the videos just keeps getting better, and yeah, we establish a community with you guys. That's the end goal. Yeah.